This collective really need to slow down whatever it is that they're rushing towards in this current reality. We've got the Knight of Swords here and it's clarified by the Five of Wands. So I see this as being a very rushed energy that's coming in. It might feel like you're defensive about your idea, or you feel like you need to act now because if you don't it might pass you by, for example. There's definitely this feeling of being rushed or being really hasty to do something. What you're trying to do is put yourself out there into the world, and I feel like this energy is very rushed. You're trying to be seen, you're trying to change your current situation and get to where you're actually trying to be, and that's a really powerful energy to be in, and it's important that you do continue to move forward with that motivation. But the universe is actually asking you to find judgment. So with judgment, for me, it's always quite a grayscale card. I know we've got the angel in colour, but everything else is quite grey. So to me, that speaks about judging things fairly and in an unbiased way. So make sure that you are looking at the pros and cons of taking this action, for example, and you're fully invested in whatever journey this is. You're not just acting because you're getting defensive about being seen, or you're fighting for your light to be seen, fighting for a seat at the right table. It's about making sure that you're fully invested in this journey and you can see it through unbiased, very clear eyes about what direction this is going to take you in and your reasons for doing so as well. That's been a real big thing for the collective this week. What are your reasons for doing something? What is the purpose in you doing this? What does that give to other people, for example? What is the value in what it is that you're trying to create or put out there? So just make sure you're slowing down. It's not about stopping the action that you're taking, it's about slowing down enough to catch up with your intuition almost, or to actually look at things in a more unbiased way so that you can see them for how they truly are. The universe is confirming that you've got absolutely everything at your disposal to make this thing happen. So this isn't a thing, it's not a skill issue, for example. You've got absolutely everything at your disposal to make this project, this task, this promotion actually be a real life thing for you. But it's about identifying what steps we take next without rushing forward. So the Five of Swords here asks us to put down things that feel heavy and move forward with things that feel lighter. We're trying to work smarter, not harder, for example. So don't beat yourself up about taking time off or taking a few steps back, because ultimately sometimes we need to take a couple of steps backwards so that we can take a giant leap forward, for example. So just make sure you're seeing everything for how it truly is, and you're acknowledging that you're maybe taking a lot of rushed energy towards this goal because you're almost scared that it's going to pass you by. But remember, just as with the other collective reading, anything that's meant for you isn't going to pass you by. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to finally put input into that thing, for example. Everything will come forward to you at the very right time. There's an energy here of feeling out in the cold, so it may be that you do need to reflect, put yourself out there or put yourself out of your comfort zone. Try something new, for example. Try to learn new things or learn new ways of doing the same thing. So it could be that you're doing content creation. What are people doing in your niche or your specific sector or industry that is helping them be sort of head and shoulders above the rest? Are there any principles that they're applying to their work that you could apply to yours? There's also, after this learning journey, after you've felt a little bit out in the cold and you're deciding which way to go, you will end up finding the answers. I think intuition is going to be your greatest friend, and ultimately you're going to be in a position here with the Eight of Wands where you can move forward, and you can move forward with confidence rather than this rushed, hasty energy. The end result is the King of Wands, so I see this transformative journey actually being something where you can shed your skin here at the bottom with this lizard, and it's about standing strong in your power and knowing that you're acting on your goals. You're acting on the things that you're intuitively drawn to so that you can create the life that you're actually trying to create. So it is a very beautiful ending. You're going to be in a very powerful position where you can sit on your throne, hold tightly this innovative idea and actually move forward with that idea. But for now, you need to take a step back, think about the pros and cons of what you're doing, think about all the ideas that you have, which ones are realistic, what is the first step we need to take to get into the next level of our reality, for example. Please do drop me a comment and let me know if this reading resonated. I'd also appreciate if you could drop me a follow because it helps the readings reach a wider collective, and I'll see you on the next one.